Head to toe, dripping in Woodland. Tuesday night, what's up? How is everybody? What's up? What's up? Multicam cigar cases. Online, ready to ship. Inventory is locked. Hydro carriers, same thing. Patch panels, we've made a bunch, every size, almost every color. Multicam FUPA danglers, those are online. All that stuff's online. Kirby, what's up? Woodsman, what's up? Roberts Peoples, Kilo Bravo, what's up? Peoples. Multicam patrol mags with pistol mags. Multicam CQB mags with pistol mags ready to ship. 30 by 36 black patch wall hangers, the big ones. Black med pull-out trays ready to go to your house. All that stuff's ready to come live with you. Woodland, aka Informed Micros. Those will finish up tomorrow. Crayons, what's up? Jack's got my FUPA, loving it. What's the biggest mag pouch that will fit? 5 cell? No, I don't think 5 will fit in there. You mean mag card, right? I don't think the 5 will fit. I don't think so. More patch wall hangers. And still more. Nate, what's up, dude? Strother, what's going on? $19.20 coming up fast. Who's coming out? Who are we going to see here? Byron Roberts, what's up? Most, what's up? Don, how are you? Planning on getting a hydro carrier. Those won't be there, buddy. Those won't be there. Send me a link to the live feed. Anybody should just be able to go to the page, to YouTube, and it should show up there. Chicken, beef. Lone Star Living, what's up? Joseph Frazier, what's going on? Working on raised beds, right on. It was nice outside, man. It's almost 60 degrees today. Hog in the freezer. Had 4 people show up to see how it's done. Good for you, man. Yeah, farm sitter's a tough one, man. I don't let people take care of my dogs, much less my kids. Tactical Redneck. Somebody asked last night if Nicole was doing Underground Network presentations. She said she is. Good. New compound video was good, right on. Thanks for watching. The good old days, killing, scraping hog. Farm sitter brother-in-law, right on. That's good, man. That's good. Patrol mag pouches. More Patrol mag pouches. Sand socks. Some Woodland iPad cases. More mag pouches, CQB mag pouches, Patrol mag pouches, pop flare pouches, cell phone pouches, radio pouches, horizontal smoke pouches. Somebody was asking about DA Gen 2 pouches. We do have some. No spent mags right now. Don't know when they're going to be more. Adam Smith, what's up? The Prepared Patriarch, what's up? How are you? How's your workout going? How's your workout going? Right? You know what the actual answer to that is? The real answer. It's not motivation. It's just discipline. And through motivation, you'll build discipline. But like anytime, like you have time to do it. You don't have to go. It doesn't have to be a 2-mile jog. It doesn't have to be, you know, a 30-minute session at the gym. There's so much shit that you can just do anywhere. It doesn't have to be, you know, it doesn't have to look like a workout regimen. It can just be work with a shovel. It can be work with cinder blocks. It can be work. I like wheelbarrow. Wheelbarrow is good because it works so much different shit. It can just be functional work. It doesn't have to be work out. It can just be work. It doesn't have to look like, you know, this. Did Farmer Carriers walks tonight? Boss versus bitch. I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you. I fight that multiple times through the day. Coyote 3 mag shingles. Any Coyote 3? No, I don't have any. I don't think I have any 3 mag shingles. Did you see something Woodland? I've shown all kinds of Woodland. We're doing micro rigs right now. We did mini packs today. I have, I don't know, something else. iPad sleeves. Everything else Woodland you have that's here. The only thing new are the mini packs. Prepared Patriarch. Where are you, man? Where do you live? Not specifically, like you don't. I wouldn't put that out. Just know anybody that watches this, people will harass you, if not try to even do things that, you know, make your life difficult for you, because they don't like me and can't affect me. They will try to affect you. Like you should. Everybody should know that. Like that's real. People will harass you because you pay attention or participate in things that I do. It's just, that's sad. But with that, like, what state are you in is what I'm asking. I guess I should have said. Jet boils right here. Or Nalgene's, not jet boils. What are the dimensions on the iPad case? I don't know. Let's go look. Uneven surface, absolutely. And if possible, add something, right? Pitchers in your hands, like not water pitchers, but like jugs, water jugs would be great. Just something, you know, that you're holding onto grips. It can be dumbbells. It can be small dumbbells. North Jersey, right on. Did the drone end up surviving the water? You know, it did, Jim. That clip. That video you just saw is actually an older video. We actually went back and added a bunch more to that video. That video is probably 2 months old right now, if that, maybe 2 months old. It was right, I want to say it was before Christmas. That church had the Christmas lights up. Might have been right after Christmas. We had just gotten the Katanica hoodies. Like, that was one of the first times I really had the Katanica hoodie out. And that's all I had on was the Katanica hoodie out there in the snow. And that whole parking lot was just slick with ice. And the drone did go underwater, 100% underwater, powered back, and it flew up out of the water. And I actually continued to fly. There was a lot more footage that didn't get put in there. Went to another place to fly the drone, and the drone would not take off. It was just water dripping out of every port, all the air scuppers and stuff. And put a fan on it, blew a fan on it overnight. And the next day we went to Nashville, I think, and the drone worked. The drone worked the next day. Do I like my X mark? I do like the X marks, yeah, I do. Getting harder and harder to get parts for, and I don't know if that's just my dealer lacking in performance, or if that is X mark. Backpack gallon jug on water when hike walk, non-assuming but effective. Large iPad case fits my iPad Pro and my MacBook 13 both. Not together though, right? Not together. "16" diagonal, 13 tall, 10 wide. Now this lid, we gave you a lot of Velcro right here. So you can actually get a couple of more inches out of this should you need to or want to. A lot of Velcro on the back. You can put patches, but it comes with double-sided Velcro, so you can Velcro this inside of our backpacks or any of our bags, or any Velcro line bag for that matter. Keep in my truck, that way the pack and what I will in Dallas be wearing this stuff. Iridium, what's up, buddy? Ed? Been staring at the computer all day, working on hardening our network. Now I am having a beer. Right on. Dropping knowledge of getting salt from hickory roots. Look that up and look further into that, right? I heard it mentioned in a prepper fiction book, but I would look further into that. It's definitely a very difficult way to get salt. So think about other places that you might be able to scavenge salt from or acquire salt. Preferably just have salt. I've been buying salt. What are those Morton salts, right? I buy pickling salt, I buy kosher salt, and I buy iodized table salt. They come in boxes. I think they're 1 pound boxes. The blue square boxes. I've been buying those like 20 at a time. If you go on GSI, Gordon Schwartz International, GSI, it's a food service place. They have grocery stores. Like in Nashville, there's a GSI grocery store. You can go to it. And they sell salt by 20-pound bags. And they sell pasta 15-pound boxes or bags. So it's like bulk food. But you can go there. I don't think you have to have a membership to shop at the stores, and they have them in most, major cities have those. So you can buy bulk or more bulk at those places. Just buy blocks at the co-op. Yeah, absolutely, sure. I think we're more talking like salt ran out, and you don't live by the coast, and you don't live by a salt mine. So how do you get salt? Hickory roots. Hickory tree has it also. Hickory roots, you shred the hickory, which is going to take quite a bit of exertion and calories. And then you boil them down, and then you sift it off, and somehow you get salt from that. Do you put the salt in buckets or leave them in bags? I put everything in buckets. I don't care if the salt gets solid. I don't care if the sugar gets solid. We'll break it up. We'll use, big metal to break it up with or whatever we need to. Come time to use it, we'll smash it with hammers. We'll be happy to have it. We're not going to care. I would rather have it in a uniform, stackable, form, as in a bucket. Keep animals out of it. All bags leak, especially salt and sugar. We do buy bags of sugar and then wrap them up in cling wrap, like restaurant, shrink wrap. We use that shit, and it holds it and keeps them from leaking. Thinking on routes too. In an emergency, it might get you until you can acquire. Yeah, and that was the situation in the book, right? In the story, they were getting cramps. It was really hot. They were having dehydration, and they needed the salts to help in rehydration. And that was the method that was discussed, was the hickory root thing. Buckets with gamma lids. So I have a bunch of gamma lids. You can buy them on Amazon, 10 or 12 pieces at a time. I buy them at Tractor Supply when I go in one that has them. They usually come, I think, 6 to a box. That's how I buy them. A lot of places, too, if you go to like Costco or Sam's Club, all the boxes of things that you buy come in a bigger box. They've just ripped the top or cut the box off, right? If you get the guy that's cool, he will get down full cases for you. If you talk to Walmart, if you talk to a manager at Walmart, which does not seem difficult to do, you can buy cases of things. They will have them. You can buy it. And if you look on the shelf at what's in a case, a lot of times you can actually pre-order enough of whatever that they will just give you the cases. And if you same on Amazon, when you order a bulk of something on Amazon, they'll just send you the whole case, which is nice. Because if you need to move it, you're not moving 12 individual little boxes. You're moving one box of 12. So if you're storing it, and if it's in the form of a box instead of individual boxes, you don't have to put it on shelves. You can just store the boxes. Brian Fraser, what's up, my man? How are you? Have a KitchenAid mixer, meat grinder attachment, works good. Man, I bought Rebecca for Christmas one year. A KitchenAid mixer. Amanda had one, and every kitchen. And I don't know that she didn't have one. I believe she wanted a red one. So I bought them. The best KitchenAid mixer we could get. That thing was awesome. The KitchenAid really is cool, and there are a lot of attachments for it. I want a non-electric meat grinder. Just buy one. I know you know where to buy one. I thought you had one, Jen. But Layman's, if you don't know what Layman's is, everybody, Layman's Non-Electric Supply, Lehmans. They used to just send out a catalog. I think you have to buy the catalog now. It's worth buying. It's worth buying the catalog to just have it. Like Grainger, right? Grainger, if you don't know what that is, go look at Grainger. Anything to fix, repair, or make anything, Grainger has. Adam Savage says it's his favorite supply house. And they used to send out a catalog, and it looks like a yellow pages of a major city. Now, when we say things like that, we have to remember we have kids. I call you kids. If you're under 30 years old, you're a kid to me because I am viably old enough to be your daddy. So a kid, we have people in the audience, we have people at our events, we have people who we are friends with who have never seen a Yellow Pages phone book. They don't remember ever seeing a movie where a man hit somebody and killed somebody with a Yellow Pages phone book. But the Grainger catalog looks like a Yellow Pages phone book. It's enormous. When you go to their website and you start just scrolling around on there, you don't know what they fucking have. They have so much shit, you don't even know that you want some of the things they have. But when you have that catalog in hand, like having a Sears and Roebuck catalog. Sears Roebuck used to be, it was a huge, huge catalog, and they sent multiples through the year. And as a child, you would sit at grandma's house and just look through the Sears and Roebuck catalog. And the pages were so thin that they had so many. You could literally buy a house out of the Sears Roebuck catalog, and some trucks would show up and some dudes, and they would build your house. They would just kind of unfold it. It was sort of modular. You could buy firearms. You could buy tractors, anything you could think of. Fabric to make dresses or dresses. You could buy any kind of clothing there. They even had an entire page in the Sears Roebuck catalog of switches to spank your children with. Like, they had everything. The history of Sears Roebuck is pretty neat. We do a lot of antiquing and stuff, and we go out to a lot of the old Court Square type plazas, you know, that are being revitalized. And I always ask, I'm like, what was this building? And a lot of times it was a Sears Roebuck building. When we moved to this small town, there was a Sears here. It was small. It's probably smaller than my building here. And they still had Sears type stuff. They had Craftsman when Craftsman was actually real Craftsman. They had mowers and refrigerators, appliances and shit. We don't have one of those anymore. There is one the next town over in Paris, but for the most part, Sears is gone. Craftsman is now owned by Lowe's, I believe, and it's made fucking, it's not, Craftsman today has nothing to do with Craftsman of the past. The Shield, good cop, bad cop, left, I'm a different type of cop. Nate, the brother, had Cabela's, one also had, loves it. Two different sizes, a 12 and an 8. Granger has been around, has to be around 2,000 pages, yeah. And you have to con them, you have to trick them or sexy talk the guy on the phone into sending you one. Like, you should have your woman call and try to get you the catalog and then sexy talk him and send him some pictures of some other chick and get your fucking catalog. That's how you have to get it. Food prep with the girls, want to grind a lot of, right on. Buddy of mine owns a butcher shop. Showed up today. He's like, hey, I'm bringing you something. And then he messaged later and he's like, don't get excited. It's for your chickens. I'm like, well, okay, whatever. And he brings me a bag full of bone marrow. It's a big bag. It's probably like, I don't know, 5-gallon bag. It was bigger than a 5-gallon bag. And I go, what the hell is that? It's like this paste, right? It's kind of dry. And he's like, it's off the butcher saw. It's off the bone saws. And that's the kickback off the saw from cutting up animals today, cutting up cows. And it's full of bone marrow and just bone, like in a powder form almost. He's like, feed it to your chickens, man. It's your chickens love it. It's huge. It's great for them. I go, shit, we could use this for the dogs. He's like, yeah, absolutely. Just supplement their food with it. I'm like, how much can you get? He's like, as much as you want. I go, I need some livers. He goes, how many you want? I go, how big is a liver? And he shows me. I go, fuck, just one, man. We'll freeze it. We'll semi-freeze it, slice it up. He's like, we can slice it. I go, yeah, but then you have to do it. Just get me a couple livers. He's like, we throw them away all day long. He goes, I have a freezer full of livers for people that want them, but we have more than people want. He goes, I'll bring you a liver, a gallbladder, and a heart. And I'm like, perfect. I'll slice that up, and then we'll just store it in the freezer for the dogs. Run 2 hogs through that grinder. Worked great both times. Super happy with it. Right on. Granger catalog. 3,874 pages. McMaster car, a good one, yeah. My first house, Augustus, Georgia, was ordered 1953 Sears Roebuck. Brick ordered house. I found build sheet in the wall remodeling in 2004. That's neat. Can I get you KitchenAid? Can I get you KitchenAid a discount? I can get you a KitchenAid discount. Have friends at family program. That's cool. That's very neat. What treadmill do I have? Cybex. When I bought the treadmill, I bought the hot pink one, right? The Susan B. Komen breast cancer awareness. So I bought one that was pink. And I just wore the shit out of it. I intend to buy another treadmill and just have not. But it's a big Cybex, big commercial Cybex treadmill. I've got an AMT trainer. I have a Cybex Arc trainer, and then I have a stair stepper, the step mill. I think this is a Star Trek. No, this is a Matrix. Marketing at Granger. If you want a catalog, that's awesome. And I don't even have to send her naked pictures. Zero Tools. Zero Tools is Granger, but discount. That's cool. Hearts are delicious people food. Super expensive in rich folk restaurants. Yeah, you'd have to go to a pretty high-end restaurant to find Hearts or bone marrow for that matter. Company called Green Tripe makes dog food and treats, raw hearts, liver, stomach, such as cows. Featured in dirty jobs. People will pay good money for to feed the dogs. I see bags of fucking meat that are in coolers, very nice designed coolers, and it's dog food. And I'm like, shit, I would eat that. It's just fucking bags of meat. That's all it is. Bacchanal buffet in Vegas. That's neat. Ever thought of converting cardio machines into electric generators? We should have that conversation. I have thought many times, how would we charge batteries? Like, you always see that and you hear it in the prepper fiction books, but I've never really sought out how to convert something to make or use a exercise bicycle to make electricity, or to turn a motor or a grain mill or something. Beef heart for dinner a few weeks back. First time, it was delicious. That's cool, man. That's cool. Peruvian restaurant. I don't know that I've ever been to a Peruvian restaurant. You're going to need a gearbox to get an alternator up to speed. The exact gearing ratio, I'd have to research. There's got to be information out there on it, right? It's unfortunately, it's just on obscure old websites that people have stopped maintaining for the most part. But you used to see them when I was in, 4th, 5th grade. People still kind of had bomb shelters in certain places. But prior to that, you would see, exercise bicycles that would create electricity or charge batteries or, move a HEPA filter. Raised garden page is fast. Don, did I put you in there? There's a lot of activity in there. A lot of activity, a lot of traffic. More walls going up around the White House. Is there? I couldn't tell you anything about what's going on right now on politics and shit. John, have you fixed chickens stealing duck eggs? I have not, Brian. The duck continues to lay her eggs. The nest had about 10 eggs in it this morning. And to keep the chickens out, would have to keep her out as well. I thought about taking her nest and putting her in a 10 by 10 dog kennel and just locking her in there. But every morning when I go into the top chicken coop, she comes running in, and one of several males jumps on her and breeds her. So I don't know what the fix. I do know what the fix is. The fix is to seal it where she can't get out anymore, which I hate because she loves being out. All the ducks can get out. She's the only one that gets out. They can all get out in the exact same manner she does. But to kick the chickens out of that coop up top and then seal it, and then the chickens won't be in there eating the eggs. We found another duck nest. There was an old bag. There was a plastic bag in one of the kennels that's not currently used up in that pen of old pine shavings from last year when we threw shavings down when it was getting cold. And a duck had gotten in there and laid. We found 20 eggs in there. And then we found another nest in that same pen they have been laying in. But the chickens are eating them as fast as they're laying them. But there's like 6 or 7 old hens in there. They're old. They're from like 2-3 years ago. Older than that, probably. Like, I'm surprised they haven't died. I clicked on this because of the back page picture. Backpack picture, they're nice. Right on. We did the mini packs. We made those today. Those are online and available already. If you would like to have one, those will sell out very quickly. Crack pipes to the distributed increased racial equality. Is that real, or is that like a Babylon Bee thing? I've had a few people send me that today. I've seen it pop up. I haven't intentionally not put the headspace into reading it because I can't. There's nothing I can do about it. It's funny. DC motor will produce power. All you have to do, solder on a bridge rectifier so the electricity won't flow in reverse. Used to see this guy's videos when he would cook breakfast. He used to cook breakfast for his recon dude and others. What happened to those guys? What happened to the videos? The videos are still there. We moved into this building and that all stopped. You're talking about Lance. And Lance will be here next week, the 19th and 20th. I think that's next week. Lance will be here representing his company, Tap Rack Bang. I believe his wife and kids will be here probably with him. And he will be presenting and speaking. He'll have an hour block where he talks. And then you'll be able to talk to him. You can talk to him about what it was like to be in recon, what it was like to be a reconnaissance instructor, what it was like to drown people, weed people out, and make people tougher. How to patrol and land nav. Like, those are some of the, that's not Lance's life anymore. But Lance took me out many times doing land navigation and patrolling at night. And like, Lance can open Velcro and not make any noise. Like, Lance has all the tricks, the tradecraft stuff. But Recon's job is not to shoot, right? If they're shooting, they're compromised. Their whole fucking mission is over if they're shooting. But it's more field craft, and he's very, very good at it. And then Lance decided he wanted to build race trucks and got me into all that shit. And then he had a fab shop, and then he was doing boilers, and then Lance got blown up. Lance got killed. Lance was dead for a considerable amount of time, and they put him back together. And Lance lived in a brain injury center for 1, if not 2 years, and he was basically reset as a 30-year-old man. I think that's about when it happened. It might have been a little younger. I think it was about that. And he had to learn how to read and write, and he was basically a 2-year-old living in the care of people he did not know. And Lance has fucking come a long way, man. Like, when you meet him, you would not know what Lance has been through. So I don't know what he's talking about, what he's presenting, but like, you have access to a dude. You think you have some bad days? I've seen Lance where Lance can't get out of bed. And it still happens. And you don't know when, and you don't know why, and you don't know where it's going to happen at. But you think you have some bad days? You should fucking talk to Lance. Open Velcro and not noise. Glad to run into this channel. Man, I'm glad you're here, buddy. I'm glad you're here. I put out a lot of content. I've been on Facebook for the last years. 700,000 people follow on Facebook, and that number has been that number for 6 years. This YouTube channel has 25,000 followers. I've had 25,000 followers for the last 6, if not 7, 8 years. and the channel never grows. They unsubscribe more people than follow me. My Instagram is the only thing growing, and my reach on Instagram is fucking nothing. I put a live video on Instagram and I'll have 1 or 2 people. They don't put my shit out because I share stuff that they don't like me sharing. So YouTube is where I've been doing my videos, and YouTube is where we've been posting the videos we make. I do a video on Instagram every morning. It's very different than the videos here on YouTube. We post product on YouTube, Facebook, MeWe, Float, Locals, and Gitter. Gitter is the newest place I've joined and really has the most traffic. Like if you want to see product, if that's what you're here for, and you want early access and to be able to beat the crowd on the product we make, because we can only make so much. I only have so many employees living in the middle of nowhere. But if you get on MeWe, Float, Locals, or Gitter, they work like Facebook used to work. Like remember years ago when you used to subscribe to people and you'd see everything they posted, and if you didn't want to see them, you just fucking unfollowed them for a while? That's how these new platforms work. They don't suppress your shit. And then Facebook started doing promote ads, so they started throttling back your reach, right? It was 50%, then 30%. It's less than 2% now, organic reach. Well, these have organic reach on these other platforms. All of a sudden, yesterday, I started getting notifications from IG from my page. It's a trip, man. People comment on my posts all the time, how are these sold out? And when I see the notification and go to the post is from I'm like, this was posted 3 days ago. They sold out in 5 minutes. And people reply, Instagram or Facebook just sent me this notification. I just now saw this. Does YouTube show shares to you? It probably does if I go through and look. Yeah, I'm sure it does somewhere. The numbers and shit are pretty good. How do you open it? Very silently. Yeah, very silently. I am paying $75 an hour for driving a box truck. And I'll bet you can't get enough people to drive the box truck. I have FUPA danglers right here. We have some new fire starter products that will be in the email that goes out this week. I have cigar cases. I have cigar cases actually in many colors, and the inventory is all locked and correct. So if you can buy them, they will ship. Mini pack right here, small backpack, all Velcro lined. Body of the video in the description, keyword tag will be picked up in search. On YouTube, body of the videos in YouTube. I do good just to put the videos up on YouTube. Same with Instagram. I know I use hashtags all through Instagram, but my morning videos I do not. You're talking about Rumble? I have a Rumble account. There's another one also. There's Rumble, a YouTube replacement, right? There's a few of them. There's 3. And I have accounts at Rumble. And when I log into Rumble, it shows I have an account and it says my password is incorrect. So I go to make a new account and it says that email address is already used, my real email address, because I've made an account, I know I have. So I do a recover password, and I never ever get the recover password. So I've not been able to populate anything to Rumble. If you leave a live on YouTube, you have to search to go back. Yeah, that's a trip. I don't have to on Tim Pool. It's just because I have 25,000 followers on YouTube. That number has not grown. And the only reason it stays around there or goes up a few is because they unsubscribe. I get a ton of new followers and they unsubscribe old followers. Every time I do a live video anywhere, people tell me, hey, I went in and, you know, because I'll make posts in our private group. And they're like, I never got a notification. And I went in and I've been unfollowed, I've been unsubscribed. Paul Vaquero, what's up? BitChute, yeah, BitChute's another one. We got med trays, pull out med trays. These will hold and organize all of your medical stuff. NPAs, 14 gauge needle, big 6-inch bandages, quick clot, compressed gauze, like H&H gauze, whatever you want. Jam a tourniquet in there. We didn't really put a tourniquet here because we want your tourniquet outboard hopefully already. But this will fit any place. You can put 2 M4 mags or 3 M4 mags. Obviously, if you put it in a pouch that'll hold 3, you can put much bigger, bulkier items inside these. Odyssey, BitChute, Rumble. Yep. And Odyssey is kind of a fucking mess, right? Odyssey, what did Odyssey used to be called? Odyssey is still part of, I don't remember what it was. And they got into a pissing match over cryptocurrency or something, the FTC investigation and shit. So I don't really know what happened with those guys. I know Jack had them on a few times. I know Nicole spoke about them and I think had the CEO on. Library. Unique mechanics. What do you do, man? What do you do? I believe I'm going down Thursday. I want to go over Friday to see where I will be presenting, figure out the space. Right on. A lot of people have great ideas and great intentions. But as time goes by, the execution fails or their vision changes. You'll have a lot of people behind them. You'll have people put effort into them. Library and Odyssey are cool because you can simply upload to YouTube and it will auto-upload to those other platforms. Did you get a chance? Rumble was woke 2 years ago. Ever made anything to hold Ruger 1022? Our subgun micro will hold Ruger 1022 mags, and I actually have a few of them on the top right here. Heard that if you get there early, John will let you move mulch and raise beds. I know the dude making bear stuff is legit, but if you guys discuss collabing, yeah, he's actually custom. He's asked about doing collabs 4 or 5 times, and I just said, hey man, I would rather remain friends with you than do business and not be able to fulfill. I said the real deal is I can't make enough of my own stuff, and I owe my customer stuff. I can't build your product. Cody, who makes his gear, he's overwhelmed Cody. Cody can't even make Bear's product. Bear's got a couple places that, you know, and he has spoke about that. Otherwise, I wouldn't speak about Bear's business. Sojourn Gear is Cody. He's got a fucking hilarious Instagram page. Awesome dude. Cody was here. First 15 minutes Cody was here, I offered him a job. I didn't know who Bear was. He didn't tell me who Bear was. But they have already exceeded his capacity. And we just can't do it. I can't build enough of my own shit. These are all orders right here that all have product in the box, and it's just missing something to get them out the door. And it's better than it used to be. 2 years ago, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 years ago, those 5 shelves were this entire shelf here too that has shirts on it now. These were all open orders also. But we just can't do it. Heard you mention Harvest Right freeze dryers. Been wanting to get one. But one of my in-laws said the Facebook groups have a bunch of people saying the quality has dropped. Missouri, when we got our freeze dryer, we had been in the group for about 3 months, and it's always been a bunch of little fucking cunts. Those people in the groups, and I'm sure there are some issues, and like my Harvest Right's running right now. We're buying another Harvest Right. We haven't ever had the problems that those motherfuckers in those groups have. And the great thing about Facebook is you can click on their personal profiles and you can see that over the years, they have had those fucking problems in every fucking aspect of their life. You want to see what society really is, not what you believe society is. You want to see what society truly is in and around you, like in your immediate fucking influential circles. Get on a local Facebook group. It is all fucking beggars and complainers because they've allowed it. It's like all your Facebook has gone woke, and every motherfucker in here asking for shit. You know what they're not asking for? They're not asking for a fucking job. And then we'll see people say, hey, why don't you get a job? Everyone's hiring. And then you'll see these little bitches post, well, I ask for jobs every day, and I've gone to this place 4 times, and they don't ever call me back. That's because they don't want you. They don't want you. If you've got face tattoos and neck tattoos, the 45, 50-year-old fucking boss, 65-year-old boss probably ain't hiring you. Or you better have a song and dance and get their attention and prove to them what you can do. There are jobs to be had, but if your Facebook page is just pissing and moaning, that's the first thing I do. When a person comes in here looking for a job, I go out the back door and see what their personal vehicle looks like. Jeff and I used to do it all the time. Does it look like they have rodents running around in their cars? Does it look like are they going to bring cockroaches into my shop? Like, that's a real conversation. Are there fucking crack pipes in the car? What's their Facebook look like? What's their social media look like? When a dude messages me and is like, hey, are you hiring? Or a dude sends me an email, I'm like, hey, what's your social media? I start looking, what's your social media? Oh, I don't have one. No, that means they erased it. That means they don't want you to see what's on there. But the Harvest Right group is a bunch of little fucking bitches. You want to see a bunch of little bitches look in the Harvest Right group? You want to see some crazy shit? They would lead you to believe you're going to kill yourself in these canning groups. Yet somehow your lineage is here. Your grandparents didn't kill themselves. Everybody is fast to tell you what you can't do or what you should do. But they don't have any evidence of having done it ever themselves. I would not be concerned with buying a Harvest Right freeze dryer. Some places even sell them. Some Tractor Supplies have them. You can walk in the door and buy them. We had some issue with Harvest Right like the first couple weeks. Amanda got on the phone, and that's all it took. They told her how to fix it, and it was all good to go. We have not had. Now we didn't buy the fucking inexpensive pump. We paid another $1,200 or so. If you really want to know about Harvest Right shit, get on Retired at 40. He's an engineer. He's got a YouTube channel, and it's all Harvest Right. If you buy a Harvest Right, if you go to my website first, there's an affiliate code there. And if you use my affiliate code, I get a few bucks back. I don't recall ever seeing a check from Harvest Right, and several people have told me they've used my code. So I don't know how I get paid. I don't even know what I get paid, but I know I have an affiliate code with them. Grew up canning with shit that CS in it that can explode. Modern canning is very safe. Yeah, that's what you always heard, right? Oh, pressure canning, you can blow up your kitchen. Pressure canning, you can blow up your house. There were people that believed for a long time, oh, I'm not getting an electric water heater. Those can blow up. I'm not getting a gas water heater. Those can blow up. Yeah. Yeah, shit happens. Shit happens. If you've got bad shit that happens to you every single day, like if every time you see some dude and he's just telling you every day about the shit that happens to him bad, he probably shouldn't have a pressure canner. He probably shouldn't spend $4,500 on a, freeze dryer. We had a guy our company paid to train us at work. He said, first thing he did was look at the parking lot like you did. Is it clean or dirty? Told him a lot about us. Yep. Worst groups like this are small local ham radio communities. Yeah, it's the ham radio guys, right? Allowed versus able. Oh my God, you better not ever push that button if you don't have a license. Why? Why? I get it. There's rules and regulations. But how many dudes running around really know their ham radios without using them? It's just that it's the governing body, right? Everybody wants to govern me harder, daddy. Bend me over and fucking put it way up there. I need some more governance. Who's harming it? Who's it keeping anything from happening, right? Well, you'll key up and it'll jam the airways. Really? Really? I recommend people get a ham radio license so that there's never an issue with them learning how to properly use the ham radio. And when you learn ham radio shit, other ham radio guys will teach you how to do it. They love bringing people into the fold, for the most part. Ham radio gatekeeping. It is, man, it is. Go buy a radio, put your shit together, get a couple handy talkies for you and your family, and learn how to use that fucking ham radio, whether you have a license or not. And I know I am probably committing conspiracy right now on a federal level for telling you to do that. Handy talkies 4.5 watts, if that, on a good day. And just use that motherfucker line of sight and learn how to use it in simplex mode, like a walkie-talkie. You're not going to be able to ping a repeater, at least not pass through it. Like the stupid see something, say something. They teach that to your kids. Walmart is the biggest partner for Homeland Security. Walmart is the biggest supplier to Homeland Security. Walmart is where you saw all the, if you see something, say something. It was on every gas pump. It was at customer service. It was hanging in every bathroom. It was at every register. Have a few ham experts here every night. Talk to them. They will help. Yeah, absolutely, man. I have a ham license. It is a lot easier to get. Absolutely. It's been easier to get for 20 years. They called it the no code test. You don't have to know Morse code anymore. But if you know Morse code or have a program that will do key code, you can send Morse code a lot further around the world than you can voice propagation. Kind of, right? Kind of. They also have packet, PSK31. You can just kind of send a burst text. If you're trying to communicate on the fly, which it's illegal, you're not supposed to conceal your communications on ham radio. The government wants to know what you're doing at all times, right? But you can use PSK31, which is old, kind of obscure. You can buy it very inexpensively. It's a little box, looks like a hard drive. You plug it into your computer, you type your text message, and it bursts it out so fast, anybody trying to find you, they're not going to find it. And in PSK31, you could use book code, brevity code, whatever you want to encrypt, whatever manner, and then send it through in that manner. And they would just hear it. They wouldn't even hear it. They'd hear a teep, and that'd be the end of it. And if you want to get your ham license, right? So if we're talking prepper, right? We're talking being prepared. Ham radio right now, the cost to entry on ham radio is what? $35? And I'm not even talking a license. I'm talking $35 to go buy a radio. You can go buy a Baofeng, $35. and you can enter the world of ham radio. The cost of admission to ham radio is lower than it has ever been. I would rather see you buy an ICOM, a Kenwood, a Yaesu, VX6R, right? VX7R. They don't even make a 7 anymore. They don't even make a 5 anymore. So VX6R. It's the ruggedized, waterproof. It's the real version of what the Baofeng is. I bought 6 of them, I think, for $1,000, I think, like 2 years ago. You can still get them. They're out there. They're produced. Digital City, I can't remember the name of the company. Gigaparts or something has them. You can buy them on Amazon. When the COVID bullshit started, I bought 6 more of them. I think I have 12. And then to take your test, get online and put in free online ham radio study guide. And you'll find multiple sites. Every night before you go to bed, take the test. I don't know how many questions it is. One of these guys can tell you. I think it's like 30 questions. There's basically 4 or 5 pools of questions. There's a 200 questions altogether, and you're going to get 30 of some combination, just like your driver's license test. But every night before you go to bed, take the test. You don't even have to study. Just take the test. It's A, B, C, D. The questions you get right, it's going to tell you, hey, you're a smart motherfucker. You got those right. And the questions you get wrong, it's going to go, hey, you need to study a little more, dummy. And it's going to give you a percentage ratio, and it's going to tell you how close you are to taking the test. And when you take the test, whether you know the answer or not, whether you even know why, right? What is a dipole antenna? What is, Ohm's law? I don't know what all's on there anymore. But you take the test, it gives you the answer. And you see the right answer a few times, and you memorize it. You know the answer to this question is this answer. And it will tell you, okay, you're ready to take the test. And then you go take the test, and you already know the pool of questions. You've seen the real questions from the test. You take this test every night. Within a couple weeks, it's going to tell you, hey, you're 95% going to pass this test. You don't even show up in person anymore. Now, this could have changed over the last 6 months, but it's online for the most part. Online, you take your test. You pay, I think it's $35. I don't know what the cost for your license is. And you now have access to the world of ham radio legally. Who's going to show up at your door if you key up using it? If you're not interfering and you're not breaking into conversations, probably no one's showing up. If they do show up, it's going to be 2 guys with ham radios that are hobbyists, and it's called DXing. They like to find you. It's the fox hunt, right? They like to chase you down and find you. Those 2 guys might become your best friends. They might take you to the next level and just be like, hey, man, you need to get your license. Hey, man, you're doing this. And they're going to come in, they're going to want to see your radio station because maybe something's wrong with it and it's causing interference for other people. That's it. That's the real live ham radio thing. Many ham radio clubs will do a one-day class and test to get the license. Yes, Dakota, who worked here, Nick, the new guy, Dakota, he had a guy come in and do ham radio tests. We did 23 licenses at one of our parties a few years ago. 23 guys got their licenses. Don't like that your call sign is linked to your address. There's a way to have it not linked to the address. I've seen many videos about that. There's a way to have it not linked to your address. And I mean, you're everywhere. Everybody knows where you are. If you're posting here, I'll bet you on this video, somebody can tell you who you are and where you are right now. Local ham club here does it Saturdays, 1 Saturday a month. Test pool will change soon. Software is online, and you can order the programming cables, absolutely. My only issue is something goes off the ham community, will set up nets, and the amount of people will clog up comms. Do I have my radios programmed? Some of my radios are programmed. Some of them have tuned antennas that are set up, and I had a radio guy that was living here on the property for fucking 6 months. He is the comm god. We gave 3 radio classes while he was here. Ham radio prep apps, yeah. Zarge, Jeff Zarge, he's on our videos pretty frequently. He shows up and says hi on these. He's working radio events every weekend, talking to people all over the world. I do not have a ham license. No, I do not. I am giving you advice that I have not myself followed. I do not have evidence of success. Snitches get stitches stickers. I saw somebody say something about the fuck Carhartt shirts, and I never went that far back into the comments. So if you've made a comment and I haven't addressed it, just throw that on here again if you want to answer to it or you want me to read it. Tech license 2 weeks from Saturday, right on. Any Woodland tool bags? I do not have Woodland tool bags. Woodland tool bags are coming. We just did Woodland mini packs today. The backpacks are up front. You order it tonight. It will ship to you tomorrow morning. You will be rolling this weekend with your Woodland mini pack. We are building Woodland AK M4 micro rigs right now. They will finish tomorrow. You might get one by the weekend if you order it when they drop right away. These are the Carrot Cake Day bags. They're fucking super cool, little round pack. So that you guys know, we tried to get carrot cakes. Carrot cake? Yeah, carrot cakes. We tried to get carrot cakes. We could not financially source a carrot cake that we could ship fast enough to fulfill the orders. Turns out Oreo had carrot cake Oreos. So we bought, I think, 150 packages of carrot cake Oreos. And we sealed them up in 6 packs, so there's 6 cookies. And that's what's coming inside those round pouches. A lot of guys got them already, I believe. A lot of them shipped yesterday and today. And that's that round pouch that comes with Oreo cookies in it. They don't look like Oreos, they're blonde color, and they smell just like carrot cake. I have not eaten one. Chocolate chip micro. I've got some chocolate chip. God, you'd have to pay me a ton to fucking cut that up. I found a little piece of maybe a yard of it also in a cabinet the other day. What kerosene heaters do you like for indoor heating? Get whatever you can get. They're all fucking identical. Whether you get Kerosene, I moved 3 kerosene heaters just today. I've got some others. Let's go upstairs. I got a couple new ones in boxes upstairs too, I think. Fats. I've never cooked in my life with Crisco, but I've got more than this. We bought corn oil, peanut oil, Crisco. This is the taco seasoning we cook all the chicken and hamburger with. I don't care what brand you get whatever you like. These little Corona hand cutters have been fucking awesome. I love these things. I think I own the entire Corona line. Looks like my fish tank needs cleaned. There is one remaining fish in there, and it is a clown Placostomus. Redstone. That is the brand Tractor Supply has. and it looks cool because it's black. Same fucking thing as the Kerosene. Whether you buy it at Lowe's, Home Depot, Tractor Supply, you would be very hard pressed to find a kerosene heater available today in a store right now. Cat in the Hat shirt, will you bring them back? No, we ran them twice. If I did a full run of them, they wouldn't sell. Before the winter storm down here, I went to Tractor Supply and dude was walking out pushing a basket with 4 metal barrels of kerosene. That's pretty crazy. You mean like the 5-gallon barrels? Any pre-packaged kerosene is ridiculously expensive. Using dual burner propane heaters when I smoke cigars. Been using one of those dual burner propane. Oh, like the screw on top. Yeah, like the patio heater would be great for that too instead of the dual burner. We had a dual, we had a tri, and then I had one that had a big reflective dish, and it sounds like a jet engine when those things run. We used to use them out in the desert. We'd turn it on for a couple minutes in the trailer, superheat the trailer, and then turn it off. And we do that once or twice in the middle of the night, and you'd go all the way through the night. Does kerosene expire? It does not. Keep it sealed. Keep it as tight as you can. What works really good for those, if you can find them, is like the 13.5-gallon blue. They look like blue 55-gallon drums, but they carry syrup. Dr. Pepper and stuff like that in them. I keep kerosene in there. I've had kerosene in there for over a decade. Kerosene still burns fine, no problem. Guys, I got to pee. I'm going to get off of here. Everybody have a good night.